This is a video on how to fix JBL Endurance Peak broken earpiece. So the rubber is perished and it's broken. So what I've got here, some long nose pliers, some super glue, and I've got some heat shrink tubing. I'm going to use the 6.4mm heat shrink tubing. Just going to cut off a little piece. The reason we're going to use this as well as the super glue is because once I've glued this piece here back on, I'm actually going to double skin it and glue it again, and basically put this piece here around the entire loop just to try and fortify it a little bit. So you could use some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton bud and just sort of clean up this area here to be super glued. This is already pretty clean. Just got some Gorilla super glue here. Pop the lid off this. The reason I've got the long nose pliers is because I'm using the 6.4mm heat shrink tubing. I've actually put it over the pliers and heated it a little bit and just stretched it just to get around the fat part there. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll just glue this part here. Not too much, just enough. All around. Get a good coverage on there. Push that on there. Maybe just use ice cream stick or something just to push all the little bits down that need gluing. So for now, it's looking pretty good. And I'm going to wait for that to dry, and I'm going to apply the heat shrink. So the super glue is dried after just a few seconds. I'm just going to take this heat shrinking and just cut it down a little bit because it doesn't need to be that big. So the reason I'm applying this again is just to really fortify it, the join, and just to tidy it up a little bit because it's not particularly pleasing on the eye. So just be very careful not to pull the join too hard, even though it's probably going to be fine as it is. So just going to separate these, slip the heat tubing over the end. Pull it up past the fat piece. Gently pull it around. Just enough to hide little rubber piece that's exposed on the top. So I'm pretty happy with that. Once I heat that, it should look pretty good. So I'm just going to sit that down there. I've got my heat gun here. You can use a hairdryer. Just put it on a low heat. And I think that actually looks pretty good considering. It's going to do the trick.